What's up, and welcome back to Rumor Has It Official. Let's get straight into talking about 90 Day Fiance. This is season 8, episode 7, and the title of this episode is You So Bad Boy. I'm really excited to go ahead and recap this episode because I thought it was pretty good. Comment down below and let's go ahead and get this video started. But before we do, give this video a big thumbs up and go ahead and just share it with one of your friends who also loves watching 90 Day Fiance as well. So let's start off with Brandon and Julia. So Brandon's parents are going away for the night, which leaves Brandon and Julia all alone. Now, while I'm watching this, I'm like, they about to cut up. They are about to cut up. But did they ever stop to think that this could be a test, a possible test for the parents to see if when they leave them alone, are they going to honor and respect and hold respect for the rules that were set in place within that household? So, of course, not with these two. They're going to break all the rules, of course. Brandon pretty much follows Julia's lead. Anything she does, the whole time I'm thinking that this is a test. And as soon as the parents take off and they're like, we'll be back in the morning. But as soon as they take off, Brandon wastes no time being all over Julia. He's kissing her. So Julia's like, let's get in the hot tub. She goes into the house, comes back out in a towel, and basically flashes him and the camera crew, has no clothes on. And so Brandon gets all excited. He goes into the house and follows her lead, basically by coming out without any clothes, jumps into the hot tub. So they have their little night or whatever. But I'm like, Brandon, you stupid, because your parents can have a camera. Just think about how much in control his parents like to be. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a camera in that house watching to see if they were going to behave. So short thing, Brandon's parents return that next morning. And in this scene, Brandon's mom tells him that she needs to talk to him and Julia. His mom starts expressing how the hot tub cover wasn't placed back on properly. She's like, were you guys in the hot tub? She was really tripping about the water and how saying things along the lines like the pH of the water looks like it's thrown off because it's a little foggy. Like, she's like, did you guys have clothes on? I guess they're not supposed to have clothes on in there because the cover was not placed on properly, because the water looked a little foggy and the pH was going to get thrown off. Like, these were the things that she was bringing up. And she tells them that the hot tub is not for entertainment, but for therapy. Now, Julia challenges Brandon on why he never speaks his mind or goes against what his mom says. And Brandon just brushes things off like he always does. Comment down below your thoughts and let's move right along to Rebecca and Zied. Rebecca shows him his new home, and it's a doggone shame that man flew all the way to America just to sleep on the doggone floor. On that hardtail floor at that. She is not prepared, and Zied's only comment was that the walls were nice. So in this scene, I was hollering because Rebecca had a shopping basket from God knows where. We don't know where she stole that basket from. Something tells me that she got that place last minute. That's just the vibe I get, because she's not prepared. She knew this man was coming. It was a possibility that this man was coming. She should have already shifted over to a new place if that's what she was going to do. But something tells me that things kind of fell through with, initially she kept talking about she was moving in with her daughter and Micah, her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend. And maybe I get the feeling that they said, because you'll be doing a lot of filming, we don't want the camera crew maybe invading in the home. And it didn't work out. So last minute, she got that place. That's what it seems like to me. Comment down below your thoughts. Rebecca feels as though she needs to tell Zied that she used to live in their very same apartment building with her ex-husband. And I really don't see why she needs to disclose that type of information. I think she needs to stop bringing up her ex, really. Because every time you turn around, if it's not her, the daughter brought up the ex. It's like that's a part of her past, and she needs to leave it there. So comment down below your thoughts on Rebecca and Zied, and let's move right along to Mike and Natalie. So Natalie is still pressed about getting this ring back, and she's snooping all through his house to find it. First off, how does she even know that he still has the ring? How does she even know that? The dude could have took it right back to the ring shop or wherever he got it, to the pawn shop, wherever. He could have took that ring right back. So how does she know he still has it his possession. She thinks him giving her the ring back will show that he loves her. I think that she should have never come to America until they resolved the issues that they have. If he's not rushing into giving her the ring back, it's because he wants to test out those 90 days before giving it back, because their relationship is extremely rocky. Comment down below your thoughts, and let's move on to Jovi and Yara. So Yara talked to Jovi about what Sarah told her, and Jovi reassured her that it was a part of his past. Yara is still uncertain, but in this scene, she meets with Jovi's mother for coffee. She says that it was uncomfortable for her when she arrived there because brought Jovi's aunt. Now, I will say that I think it's nice to give people a heads up. This is me. I had to look at it on both sides. At first, when she said that, I was like, well, that's nice that a family member is excited to get to know you and wants to come around. But then I looked on the other side and I'm like, but it is nice to give people a heads up. If you're going to have coffee with the person and they think it's just going to be you two, and then once they get there, it's like two of your other friends or other people. I don't know. I just feel like just let somebody know, I invited such and such to come and have coffee with us too, because what if the person that you're inviting like really doesn't rock with that person like that? So, or doesn't feel comfortable. At least they would be prepared to know who all is going to be there. So I'm trying to look at it on both sides. Now, come to find out, like I said, I'm being very neutral, but come to find out, the aunt does have motives behind coming. The whole time she's staring at Yara and she's silent, but tells the camera crew that she's there to see what Yara's true intentions are towards her nephew. Now, they go into questioning Yara and the fact that they thought it was such a big deal when Yara said that she's been engaged before. Like, how is that really a red flag? If you don't know the story behind it, can you really judge the situation? No. And Jovi's mother says that she's going to talk to her son because she's not sure that he knows that Yara was engaged. This is my thing. It could have possibly been she was engaged to someone and she realized that they're really just not compatible and they just decided to go their separate ways. You know, that doesn't have to necessarily be a red flag, because a lot of people compromise and they go into things anyway just for the sake of being married or having a companion. Let's move on to Tariq and Hazel. So Hazel says that it's nice in America, but she still misses the Philippines. So in this scene, they go out to eat and Hazel starts talking about finding a girlfriend, but says that she came across something in Tariq's phone. She calls him out about it and says that she believes that he's simply using the coronavirus, or he used the coronavirus as a reason or an excuse to reach out to Minty. Now, Hazel says the reason she ended it with Minty was because she started to feel left out, because Tarik and Minty both spoke to each other in Thai all the time and she didn't know what they were talking about. So comment down below your thoughts on that. Let's move right along to Rebecca and Zied. So it's the next morning and Rebecca has to get up to head to work. Zied gets up and makes coffee. And I was cracking up in this scene because looking at him just standing out, looking out the window with his coffee, and how his hair, he just looked like a little cockatoo bird. Like he looked like a little cockatoo bird, and the way his hair was styled, I thought it was hilarious. I feel like, I understand she has to work, but again, Rebecca was just not prepared for his arrival. So it's just Zied in the stolen shopping cart spending the day together while Rebecca's gone off to work. Comment down below your thoughts, and let's move on to Brandon and Julia. So Brandon's mom needs to talk to him and Julia again, okay? And they aren't happy that they aren't helping with the farm. They tell Brandon to stop bringing tea to Julia in the morning and that he needs to tend to the farm. Julia gets upset and leaves, and Brandon sits there looking dumb because what else can he do? Now, this dude, he really needs to grow up. He need to grow up. His parents have really done him a disservice because they treat him like a baby, and I don't feel like they're allowing him to spread his wings, encouraging him to spread his wings, forcing him to spread his wings and be a man. You know, he said he works for a pest company, and then he comes home and do the farm. But I just really don't feel like, I think if he felt this way before things have changed, he's not really so much caring about that farm. He wants to start his life and spend his life with Julia, because I feel like nobody really was paying Brandon any attention before. So now that he has somebody in his life, he wants to hold on tight to that. But if he doesn't stand up to be a man and grow up and step out and go ahead and get his own place, them living in that situation is going to ruin his relationship. That's just what I feel. Comment down below your thoughts, and let's move on to Rebecca and Zied. So Zied shares that he misses his friends and family. Now, she tells him that he can't go back for a year, and this is shocking to Zied. Rebecca says that she's not sure Zied understood what he was signing up for. His feelings worry her, and she isn't sure if they will make it. Yeah, I don't think he really knew what he was signing up for either, so he should have educated himself. Ain't nobody fault but yourself, because you can pose certain questions to Rebecca or have reached out to a lawyer yourself and just kind of figured out the process and basically what you would be signing up for. So yeah, he can't go back, and he's thinking, oh, in a couple of months I could just go back and visit my family, but it don't work like that. He has to stay over here for a while. He can't be flip-flopping. So I don't think he's too happy about that. That's shocking news to him. Comment down below your thoughts. Let's move on to Brandon and Julia. So things get tense between Brandon and his parents. So him and Julia get up early. I'm going to say, well, he gets up early. They're still waiting on Julia to get up. And they finally go out and start feeding the animals. Brandon needs to tell his parents that he doesn't want to work on that farm. He need to tell his parents. It's so obvious that if he wanted to before, things have changed now that he's met Julia. He no longer wants to take over that farm, because they're throwing things up like, this is all going to be yours. Don't mess this up. This is all going to be, don't you want to have all of this? And he's not saying anything, which tells me I can look at his face and tell that he no longer wants that. He just needs to stand up. Be a man. Comment down below your thoughts. Let's move on to Jovi and Yara. So Yara says that she's trying to keep busy, but she says that she's been feeling sick. She calls her closest friend and says that she misses them. Now, Yara's friend had just had plastic surgery on her nose, because her nose was all toe up. Okay. She didn't have a bandage on there. She would have been better off just staying off camera, because that just was not good. She shouldn't have came on camera looking like that. Either she had plastic surgery or she had surgery to her nose. Because it was all the way around, it looked like she had some form of plastic surgery. Them girls, they ain't working. Ain't no telling, because even Yara kind of busted her friend out, was like, oh yeah, you don't work. So it's like, what does she do? She don't work. Sitting around getting plastic surgery, I guess. But yeah, that was a hot mess. She could have kept her friend off camera or found somebody else to film with. But Yara tells her friend, how she's been feeling sick, and her friend tells her that she should go and get a pregnancy test. So yeah, she really does need to. If she's claiming she's been throwing up and different things like that, it's either that or you need to go get a COVID test, because this is during the pandemic. So comment down below your thoughts, and let's move right along to Mike and Natalie. Natalie has a fire going in the scene, and in walks Mike from work. Now, Natalie is making it her mission to keep Mike healthy, and when he wants to make stir fry, she tells him, you're never going to lose weight. So Mike, he has to want this for himself, okay? Himself. He has to want this. If he is not trying to make this lifestyle change, she cannot force this up on him. She can't force that on him. She can't force it on him to change to be the man that she wants him to be. She should have chose a man that's more into, a strict and a healthy lifestyle. If that's what she wants, a man that has a physique and a nice bod and abs and all of that, that's the type of man that she should have went after or been in a relationship with. So why is she with Mike? The topic of the ring comes out, and Natalie tells Mike that she went looking around the house for the ring and couldn't find it. So she tells him that there are levels in which she expects to be treated by her man, and she's not receiving that from Mike. Mike says, when she gave him the ring back in Ukraine that she disrespected him. So, y'all, to me, Natalie might as well go ahead and pack her bags and go take her butt back to Ukraine. She might as well. In this scene, she starts posing questions like wanting to know what his IQ was in school. And then she ends up telling him that she lives low class now that she lives with Mike. Very offensive. And I think, honestly, she likes provoking Mike because she's not happy. She likes to provoke him. She's not happy, so she wants him to be unhappy. To me, after the nasty things that she was saying in this scene and just how rude she was, I would have booked her flight that night and sent her tail right back on the next plane smoking to Ukraine. I would have sent her tail right back. You know, she called him a low-class drunk man. Very disrespectful. She's just disrespectful. She's not happy there. So I don't even understand why these two are putting each other through this when all the obvious signs are there. They're not meant. This relationship is not meant. So I'm really curious to know your thoughts on 90 Day Fiance. This was season 8, episode 7. The title of this episode again is You So Bad Boy. Comment down below your thoughts. Let's get this conversation rolling. I thought this was a really good episode. Give this video a big thumbs up. Share it with a friend who also loves watching 90 Day Fiance. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified on the next time I make an upload. And as always, I look forward to talking to you in that comment section. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.